Hey, if you're watching this, you may have fallen for my clickbait title. But what I'm trying to say here is that this idea of this hypothetical starving African is the reason that you are not Christian. First off, it's a deflection because you're kind of assuming that, if someone else is suffering, I don't have to have the responsibility to verify the Bible for myself. But also, it's very materialistic because a lot of these people, they kind of imply that like the poor, the uneducated, like they are unable to reach enlightenment as I, because I go on Reddit and I believe in 2010 atheist talking points, and I went to man-child daycare, which is what people call college. So therefore, I'm better than you, poor person, because I have air conditioning and I'm weak and a midwit. Yeah. So the thing is the Bible is very clear about God's position on the poor and on suffering. Suffering is a constellation of things, but it brings you closer to God because you stop relying on this evil world, right? Which is materialism, which I know it's very hard for a lot of secular people to understand, even a lot of people who say they're Christian to understand, but your blessings are not measured in your earthly abundance. Your blessings are measured in your character, your devotion to God, right? So narrowing down, just being hungry or sick or being in pain, to discredit God as if God didn't already tell you what life is going to be like, as if it's like a mystery. Like, no one in the Bible says that life is going to be rosy, but the Bible does promise that it'll shape you into a better person, right? God is akin to a clay maker, a potter, right? So he is shaping you into a good shape, and you got to work with him, right? And so that's the thing, is we got to detach this idea of earthly suffering being a curse. I mean, it's funny because these sort of atheist, secular, spiritual people, they will fairly so criticize, mega pastors, these like multimillionaire, maybe a couple billionaire pastors and the Pope and stuff for having all this wealth and representing God and Jesus, who was so good to the poor and to the sick and so forth. But the thing is they fall into the same materialistic trap. They just don't have the reach of the Pope. It's like when people say politicians are sinners, but they would be even worse sinners. They're just weak and not powerful, right? Anyway, so Godspeed. Have a good one.